Death Valley Days.
I'd take you with me if I could.
If you must go.
Now, Rosie, you know I have to.
Another man would say, let them come to me.
That wouldn't be right.
For Aaron Winters, no. Why you take that one? It will not shoot.
It looks as if it could. You don't get too close to it. And I'm not expecting any trouble anyway.
No trouble. There are Indians in the mountains, outlaws.
I don't imagine they're going to waste much time on a broken-down rancher riding in a broken-down wagon. Besides, if they do, I've got this. Well, I won't have to use it, Rosie. So you can quit worrying.
5 long days to Belmont. 5 days till you come home again. But I'm not to worry.
You know I don't like leaving you here alone.
Will they thank you when you give them the money?
It's not a matter of thanks. I owe a bill. It has to be paid.
You are such a stubborn man.
You knew that when you married me.
I think that is why I married you. Go now. Go quickly.
Rosie, I'll tell you what I'll do. When I'm up in Belmont, I'll try and find a man I can hire to help me work on the ranch. Someone I can trust. And that way, you'll always have somebody around you can count on, too. That's what we need around this place, is another man.
It should be our son. Your son.
Oh, Rosie, don't start that.
If I had given you a son, you wouldn't have to go on this journey.
Please.
Forgive me.
Forgive you. I'll deliver this in Belmont. And I'll find a hired hand, and I'll be back before you hardly know I'm gone.
I will not even miss you. Aaron, be careful. Vaya con Dios.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Well, we happened to see your place from up in the hills. We thought maybe... Well, see, we're kind of out of where with all the pay for it, but we could sure use a meal.
I will get you something. It will only take a minute.
She ain't very hospitable, is she?
I wonder why not. She's scared.
Nice, friendly fellows like us.
I didn't fool her a bit. She knows what we're up to.
Like what?
Well, you're going to rob her, aren't you?
Why would we want to do that? I'll do all the talking from here on in. Well, now, look at this. You know, you're a lifesaver, man. That's what you are.
I hope you like lemonade.
All right, mine with a little whiskey in it till the taste.
We don't have any whiskey. Mr. Winters is not a drinking man.
Mr. Winters, would that be your husband?
Yes. Aaron Winters.
Aaron Winters. Seems like I've heard that name somewhere.
Hey, wait a minute. That's the one who discovered the borax mines in Death Valley. It was in all the papers.
That's right, I remember. He must have made a lot of money on that. I'd like to meet a famous man like him.
He's away right now.
What? Where?
He had to drive up to Belmont.
Well, oh, that's a far trip, ain't it?
Must have been awfully important business. Man go all that way and leave his wife alone.
Chap,
What's eating you?
We better get moving, huh? We've been riding and riding in Kansas. I thought I'd find a gold mine in Nevada. Sure didn't turn out that way.
There's plenty of work around.
He's not the work for a living kind, ma'am.
I could have been.
Yeah, and I could have been rich like Aaron Winters, but I ain't. See, my little brother talks too much, ma'am. But he'll grow out of that. Come on, let's go.
Thanks for the lemonade, Miss Winters. You were sure fine.
Slug right through his wishbone.
You do. We'll just have a runaway team to chase.
Well, you're getting smart. That'd be too much like having to work for what we can get a lot easier.
You know, you don't even know if he's got anything we could use.
Well, we know who he is. We know he's going to Belmont on big, important business. We know he's rich, so he's our mate. Yeah, if I was Mr. Winters, that's what I'd do.
What?
Well, there's a lot of dry country between here and Belmont. Find me a water hole somewhere and let my horses fill up on it. And let's start out about sunrise.
You talk just like you could read his mind.
Maybe you could, too, after you've been in the business as long as I have. We can circle around and come back to where he camps.
Are you just going to gun him down cold?
You are so anxious to keep Mr. Aaron Winters alive. So he can go back to the lady to give you the good lemonade, huh? Well, you do your job like I tell you to, and nobody will get hurt. Come on.
Help! Help!
All right, Mr. Winters. Drop it. Well, then you go ahead and hold on to it.
Jeff, don't!
Tell boy. You don't quit forgetting who's running this deal. I am going to cut you down to size. Mr. Aaron Winters. The man that found borax in Death Valley.
What do you want from me?
I'll start with what you got under your coat there. Now, you take it easy.
I'm taking this to a man at Belmont. He'll be waiting for it.
He sure is going to have a long, long wait. Get it!
You're just a kid. You don't give up, do you?
Not when a man's got something I want.
What about you, boy? What do you want? See another man get killed?
You'll get used to that. I'll take that load off you now.
Not while I'm able to give you an argument, you won't. I set out to deliver this to Belmont. That's what I aim to do.
Jeff, you can't get out of my way! Get over there. Oh. Something here belongs to me. Oh. Crazy old coot. Hey, Billy, take a look at that. That's your kind of gun, Billy. I'm going to give it to you. It's all barrel and no shoot. You hear me, Billy? I'm talking to you, Billy. Well, I talk to you, you listen.
Leave the boy alone. Get on your feet. Give me your gun. Gently.
Is he dead?
He's dead. That leaves just you.
He was my brother.
I heard him call you little brother.
What are you going to do now?
Take you in.
Where?
The nearest jail is in Belmont. And that's where I'm headed. Grab hold of him. You want to leave him here for the buzzards and coyotes? Put him in the wagon. Sit down. I said sit down. Give me your boot. Give me your boot. The other boot. stopped your brother from killing me. I owe you a debt. I pay my debts. I don't know how fast you can run without heels on your boots. But I'll tell you something. You can't outrun a bullet. Now, you're going to walk about 20 feet ahead of them horses. And by, we'll get to Belmont.
Must be 100 miles to Belmont.
Only about half that far. The shortcut will take through the Badlands. Now, get up. Start walking, son.
What'd you call me?
Never mind. Start walking. That's far enough. Keep that distance ahead of that team. No more, no less. Billy! Billy, Slade! Come on back here. Feet hurt? You want to quit?
I'd like to be up on the wagon with you.
We'll get to that in a minute. How bad did you want to be an outlaw?
I didn't.
What do you plan to do when you get out of jail?
I don't know. Except one thing.
What?
I don't want to live or die the way my brother did.
Climb up. I'll let you ride the rest of the way now that we sweated the meanness out of you. Folks still living?
No, sir.
Go home, Dakota?
No, sir.
Well, we'll camp out tonight. Be in Belmont in the morning.
Yes, sir. Mr. Winters, did you ever get in any trouble when you were young?
Not so long ago, I can't remember.
You don't act that old.
You mean the way I killed your brother?
You had to do that.
I'm sorry it had to happen. But I got to get this money to Belmont.
I know, sir.
What I owe, I pay.
You don't owe me anything.
You may think differently as time goes by.
No, sir, I won't. He had it coming and he got it. I guess that's about how it goes for everybody.
If you believe that and stick to it, you've still got a chance. Oh! I'm going to need my hands free. Anything starts, run them out.
Yes, sir. Sure, Mr. Winters.
Who are you? My name is Winters. Aaron Winters. I have a ranch about 180 miles down the south corner of the county. And who are you?
Sheriff Danielson, county seat Belmont.
And who are they?
Well, right now they're deputized members of a posse. We've been looking for 3 men that robbed the bank over at Kiowa City.
Were you in on it? Don't lie to me, boy.
I wouldn't lie to you. I held their horses, that's all. I didn't want to do that.
Where'd you run into them two?
Back down the road a ways.
What happened?
I was taking some money to Belmont. They tried to rob me of it.
You know who they are, or were?
No, Sheriff.
Well, I do.
You're the man I set out to give this to.
Why, me?
You collect the county taxes, don't you?
In between other duties, yes.
$209.40.
Just a minute, Mr. Winters. You mean to tell me you drove 180 miles, fought outlaws, killed two of them, just to pay your taxes?
I make it a rule to pay what's due when it's due.
Well, sir, I've seen everything now.
You'd better count it.
There's no need for that. I'll take your word any time for any amount.
Thank you, Sheriff.
You got more than thanks coming to you. We'll take those two off your hands. No need to haul them all the way into town.
I'll take a receipt if you don't mind, Sheriff.
You don't need a receipt for them two.
I mean for my taxes. Paid as due.
All right. You'll have to wait a few days for the reward.
Reward? What for?
$1,000 price tag for Jeb Slade and Stoney Carter, dead or alive. All right, boys, get them out. We'll bury them. As good a place as any for their kind. Only two. I wonder.
That's all that came at me, Sheriff. 3 of them would have been one too many.
Who's he?
He works for me down on my ranch. He works hard, long hours, low wages. But he don't mind so long as it's honest work. Do you, son?
No, sir. No, sir, I sure don't.
All right, then. Get on home.